My name is Tyra Nunez, aka Krayla Anime, depending on who knows me. I am here to talk about my collection of watercolors, and as you can see, it is a decent amount. So really, what is here is some cheap and not so cheap art supplies. Most of this actually was given to me, so I use some of them. Like for example, this paint set is actually in here. I handmade a carrier set for it, and as you can see, it's not actually good, but it does the job well. Like up here, I will use it for mixing, and down here is all the paints. Yep. So this paint is actually this paint, and it is simply art from Corello, something like that. I'm not really sure, but I haven't used the paint yet to draw. Maybe I used that in the past. This, on the other hand, was actually paint I ordered off of wish.com. To make this set actually cost me, there's a brush, cost me about roughly $15 to make this whole set. Not really make, but put the paints in was about, to buy the paint from Wish was about $3 plus shipping. The tin itself was $9. The brushes were $1. If you count the shipping, it was just $1. So roughly, I used this a lot, even though I ordered the tin in a wrong size. Originally it was supposed to be half, so it was supposed to be this half, really, just half of it, and smaller pans. But you can see I obviously use it a lot from the white mostly to blend like orange with white to make a skin tone. So yeah, this is my baby tin I like to carry around, even though it was a mistake kind of size. Brushes I will use last. I have a mixing thing that tells you what colors to mix, but this is not that interesting. It's just in here for paint mixing. Brushes will go last. I have to find the rest of these. Ooh, it had the names and everything in here. Oh wow. My watercolor brushes from Dollar Tree. I used them for some pieces of art. Let me see if I can find one. The example I used it for was, this was the example I used this for. Obviously I also used this set for that. It was fun to try out this. I only use it for areas like the green and the hair and a little parts of the skin, because they don't really give you a variety of the colors. So you get 6 of these. Cost of this was $1. I have another tin, but it's not really. It is actually a Royal Registry tin. I used it quite a bit from the water paint in here, but I don't use a lot like my other tin. This cost me about $3 plus tax. It was like something I wanted to test out because I like this brand a lot, but I don't want to use, for some reason I don't use this a lot. I should more. I should. Next we got is Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. These were well loved before I used them. Actually, some of these are not Faber-Castells, like example. I just stuffed Kimberly watercolors in here too. So this is a Kimberly watercolor pencil, but you do have your Faber-Castells, like, I'm trying to find them. Wow, that's a lot of Kimberlys. Yeah, I think I only got like, yeah, Faber-Castell. Only a few. Reason why is because I don't even use these that much. I got this back in 2015 when an ex-boyfriend actually gave me one of his art supplies that he don't use. And I was trying out watercolor at the time, and he just gave me this. Made a bunch of mistakes using these. Oh God, I remember those times. Like dipping the pencil itself into the water when you have to actually draw on the paper with the pencil itself. Oh, those are the days. Also, the lid itself is used for the water, but I don't use that. I use a different bucket. So that could go right there. Next up, we got, oh, my favorite kitty color. This was from eBay. The reason why I say it's my favorite is not because the paint texture gives on the paper, but the brush. Oh God, it is sexy. It is a beautiful brush. Yeah, one of my favorites. I got this back in 2017. Don't really use it as much. Most of these I don't use as much because I get a new one, which don't make no sense, and I fall in love with that new one, or I just wanted to try it out for one and done. So we got this little baby. Next up we got is Sinjic art. I never liked the brush on it, so I don't know where the brush is. I think I threw it out, but very similar to kitty art. That's why I guess I don't use it that much. Only difference is really how the placement of the yellows and the orange are, plus purples are different. That's about it. Not that much different. Ooh. Oops. Dang. Oh. Well, I'm trying to remember. What was this? Oh. This was Daler and Rhodey. I should have known. I had the name wrote in the back. And the year I bought it. This was my first set of watercolor. And you could tell pink was well loved. Same with skin tone. I never used this that much either. Surprisingly for a first set. I think I used mainly like the reds. The oranges. I could redo something with this. See how it comes out. Maybe that could be a challenge in the future for y'all to see. Nah. I haven't posted that much on YouTube for a long time. Oh, Faber-Castell. See, I'm finding Faber-Castells when I needed them. Ooh. Okay. Faber-Castell are going back in here. Oopsie. Okay. There we go. Faber-Castells go with the Kimberlys. Kimberlys. Okay. Oh. I forgot. Itty Baby. Itty Baby was just a handmade watercolor palette. I wanted to use... Ooh, this is hard to open. Oh, there it goes. See? Handmade watercolor that I wanted to make for, like, when I'm really on the go. This I use for when I'm on the go that much. This was a mistake right here. But really I use like a skin tone, reds, yellow, green, blue, why I say green, white, black, some colors. Go with the tins. Mix and tray from Dollar Tree. Okay, so these paints tubes from Ridley's watercolor. See, watercolor. I own other kind of paints from them, like oil paint I own from them, or gouache I own from them. I was given the watercolor paint by a teacher, actually. I use them quite a bit for, like, in case I want to refill one of my tins. I use this, not that much than I should. My brushes now, those are different stories. When you were, oh, here's this, okay, no, my brushes on the other hand, oh god, I got a lot. This was actually, these are the brushes I would use back in the day. Most of them are not in here anymore after a while of me not using them. I don't use these brushes no more unless I really have to. Reason for not using them that much than I should is because I recently upgraded to, stuffed them back in the bag. Mini travel brushes. These are the, I think, knockoffs of Sakura Koi's because I bought them off of wish.com, but they work just as well. But this one busted, where if you use the brush now, the paint goes in the lid. But these two are still good. Other modern day brushes I own are actually my Mozart, there it goes, water brushes, and they're pretty bigger for when I need it for bigger pictures instead of using my travel brushes. I use my travel brushes a lot more than these too. A lot of these watercolors I don't really use anymore. Oh god, but for some reason I don't want to get rid of, because then what art supplies I would have for a watercolor. So I'm trying to remember, and somebody else gave me some more brushes. Let me scoop up here. See, yesterday, like a few days ago, somebody gave me some more brushes. Some of these I would think would be used for oil paints, like the hard brushes, but like something like this will be used for watercolor. I'm trying to figure out which are the harder brushes to use for oil painting, or which are like the soft head. Oh yeah, there we go. Soft head right there. So yeah, one watercolor brush right here. So I will test these out and see how they go, but really just not, and they were cheaply made. Well, cheap art supplies challenge coming up in a few. So that's all my watercolor collection. And if anybody want to see me draw a picture, please comment down below. I really don't care. Can't make any promises to post another video because you see me in a bajillion years to make a video for you guys. The reason why I do videos still is because I do want to become a YouTube artist, but at the same token, I don't have the time, especially with my job and everything. And I don't have that many like, I'm trying to say, requests to draw stuff, or challenges. People don't really have me do that kind of thing. It's mostly OC. And I get sick and tired of drawing other people OCs. Maybe I will draw this in your own style challenge. Maybe. And do it in a medium like this. If anything like that comes to mind, just request a challenge and I may do it in a video. Thank you and have a wonderful day.